Hey, Facebook friends. Today I want to address a question from a client that I think would really help everybody. And the question was, how do I show up consistently in my business when I have fluctuating emotions and moods? And the first thing I would say to that is that having grown up in a narcissistic family, which most of you who are listening to me have experienced, and that's the clientele I work with, and having your own business, um, actually produce a lot of the tensions that you are experiencing. What do I mean when I say tensions? I mean that the reality of the lived experience of being a business owner is creating, how do you say that? It's not tension. It's rubbing against your core pains. So being a business owner means you have to show up. Being a business owner means you have to communicate with people. Being a business owner means you have to have clarity about where you're going. Being a business owner means having to address days and hours and weeks where things are not working out how you planned. Um, and all these things can cause actually your fluctuating emotions and moods. And so that's the first thing, to know that it's normal. It's actually very normal for somebody who has grown up in a narcissistic family, whether they have a business or not, to have fluctuating emotions and moods. That is because the narcissistic upbringing has basically trained your body and your nervous system to outside stimuli. That is how you survived. So, living with a narcissistic parent or parents, you had to calibrate your emotional state and your emotional responses to your parents' needs. Why is that? Well, pure survival. Because if you didn't mirror what they wanted, you would get all the negativity of the world. You would get either aggression or attacks or judgment, or you would get the opposite. You would get denial. Somebody would ignore your needs. They would not take care of you. They would, just abandon you. So the reason that you have calibrated yourself to another human being instead of yourself is because that human being demanded it. And you did not have another choice when you were little, when you were a child. Your choice is led by survival, and your parents are gods, and they decide your destiny, and you have to do everything to survive. So you were actually a very, very good student when you were little. You learned and you embodied and you did everything that assured your survival. The point being to the situation today is when you are showing up in your business and being an adult, you are realizing that this calibration of your emotional self to outside forces, whether they be your clients, customers, neighbors, friends, husbands, partners, anybody, is causing you pain. And so that is what is causing your emotional up and down, because you're happy when you're getting the response from your business, from the environment, from the people that you like. When you're not getting it, you're upset. and you get depressed and you succumb to a lot of negative beliefs and limiting beliefs that spiral you further into not feeling good. So, how do you show up consistently in business when you have all this baggage? Well, I would say that definitely it's a journey. First, understanding and awareness, always number one, so that it's not a strange thing for you when it's happening, and you can say, look at this, I'm depressed today, or I'm not feeling good today, and I don't want to show up today. That is coming from my narcissistic wounding. What can I do about it? And that's the beauty, that moment when you ask yourself what you can do about it, is the beauty of transformation. It's actually the moment where you say, I'm not going to let the past have power over me. I don't necessarily know what exactly I need to do, but I want to do something. I am willing to do something so that I don't feel bad. I don't feel bad about myself. So, one thing not to feel bad about yourself is to understand that these fluctuations will happen until you heal the majority of the wounding. And for that, I definitely suggest getting help, because it is not something that is easily done on your own. I have gone through tremendous narcissistic wounding in my family. I've worked on my own as a coach, using my own technique. I've worked with other coaches and healers, and it's really a lifelong process. I'm feeling tons more confidence. I'm feeling excited about my life. I have less depressed moments than positive moments, but I cannot tell you that it's totally gone, because that was really deep ingrained nervous system training, and we need to retrain our nervous system differently. And what is really the answer to this is to start calibrating things, choices, decisions to yourself. So you are the emotional anchor to what you do every day. You ask yourself, do I want to show up consistently? Do I want really to show up every day in my business? You might not. So, yes, having a business requires showing up. But does it need to be every day? You decide. What is consistency for you? This would be the moment where you take your power back. So you don't listen to what anybody else says, business gurus or anybody else, like, oh, this is how you should run your business. You need to be consistent. You need to show up every day. You need to talk about blah, 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 blah. Whatever your business is. And you go back to yourself and you ask yourself, number one, do I want to show up consistently? Do I really, in my heart, want that now? Because you might not want that now, and maybe in a year you will want it. So you are the one who decides, not the industry. You are the one who decides how you show up in your business. Do you hear me? Not the industry. There are no fucking standards in any industry. You are the one who creates standards based on your needs and on your values. And this is where we come to the core work in this, is finding, discovering what your true needs and values and standards are. Because that is a part of narcissistic wounding where your power was taken away and you didn't know. You lived by someone else's standards. So this will also involve discovery. You will have to sit down and journal or have a conversation with somebody and, ask yourself, what are my standards for business and for life? What are my values? What are the values that are core to my business? And in the end, what are my needs? What needs do I need to satisfy every day? So that will put the power in your heart. You will be put back on your own throne of decision making, where you're not going to be a puppet like you were in your family, and you had to be. This is not a judgment. You're not going to be a puppet. You're going to be yourself. You're going to be your own king. You're going to be your sovereign being, motherfucking deciding on your own what is best for you. And then you're going to answer to yourself, how do I want to show up consistently? Is consistency important to me? Do I want to show up once a week? Etc., etc. This will be your discovery, and what you come up with is going to be something that empowers you, and you will feel good about it, which is the key. Because if you show up consistently and you're not motherfucking liking it, it's not going to bring you anything positive. It's going to just affirm the negative. Look, I'm showing up every day and nothing is happening. Don't do it. You have to bring the energy of you loving you into every action in your business. And that is how you answer any question that you have. What do I want? What does my love, what does loving myself mean for my business, for my strategic decision making? I hope that helped, and I just want to affirm that you can do it. You can heal from narcissistic wounding. You can become a rich and generous entrepreneur that I know all of you want to be, even though you've had narcissistic wounding. And if you want help, I'm here. I'm taking in 2 clients, private clients currently. So do apply and reach out, and we'll see if we're a match to work together. Take care.